Hey guys, I've been feeling a little grungy lately, kind of 90s, like, I don't know, I've just been, kind of a modern twist on the 90s. This isn't, like authentic 90s makeup because, I've got like some ombre brow in here. I did baking underneath my eyes, some contouring, and stuff like that. So it's not like an authentic 90s makeup look, but it is kind of more of a modern twist or a Madi Kay makeup twist to the 90s makeup trend. On my lips, I didn't show this because I got interrupted to the living room. I got called to the living room and I just threw it on before I went into the living room. So I put on this long-lasting lipstick from the Balm. It's like a little tiny sample that I got in my Ipsy bag a while back. And I put that on, and then I put on MAC's eyeshadow in Brown Script all over it. And then I used a dark brown around the edges, and it was just some random dark brown. So, I think it was a MAC shadow. Dance in the dark right there. So this is gonna be I'm excited for this video. I've recently just been doing lots of talk throughs, and this is kind of more of a video that's really just like get to the point, like this is makeup. So I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I darkened up my brows and I really like it. I think I'm gonna do my brows like this. I definitely need to get a darker eyebrow color though, so I don't have to be like mixing my eyebrow stuff with the gel eyeliner. But anyways, so yeah. I hope that you guys will enjoy. Let me know what kind of trends you guys have been liking lately. I know it's 2016, 90s were really big in 2015. I'm still keeping it. I'm still bringing this back. So, anyways, I love you guys. Keep watching. Comment questions below that you want to know. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye! So I started off moisturizing my face. I used the Garnier Moisture Rescue Gel Cream. I did have a little bit of eye makeup left, but do as I say and not as I do. Do not do makeup over old makeup. It's not going to look that great. Okay, so now I decided that I wanted to prime my face. I used this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Something is breaking me out. I think it may be this primer. It may not be, but something is. I really do like the way that this kind of fills in the pores and makes the foundation just glide over your skin, though. I really like that. So I started to apply some foundation on my face. It was the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation, but then I decided that I wanted some more like of a glowy finish. So I used this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Opal, and I just put it on my cheekbones and my nose and any sort of areas like that that you really want to be like magnified. I did that, and then I just kind of used the excess to blend on the rest of my face. I used this flat top brush from Sakura to buff out my foundation and just give it a really smooth finish. You could use a beauty blender or whatever kind of brush that you want. But I did just apply a thin layer because that foundation can kind of get a little cakey looking if you apply too much. But it's a pretty full coverage foundation and it gives you really awesome wear. My favorite concealer right now is the Urban Decay and Naked Skin weightless, like full coverage weightless concealer. Just because it is really lightweight, but it has a really full coverage. So I like to use that to highlight, and then I'll just take a dampened beauty blender and just kind of buff that out, pounce it on the face until the foundation and highlighting color kind of blend together. So I wanted to ensure that, that under eye stuff wouldn't crease or anything. So I used a powder. This is my Cody Airspun powder. If you guys watch me regularly, you know that I love this powder. So, I did my eyebrows while I was waiting for my powder to bake, and I did them a little bit differently than normal. I used a brow cream, my normal brow cream, and I mixed it in with a little bit of black gel eyeliner just to deepen up the color. I wanted to try some darker eyebrows because now that I have platinum hair, I think I can kind of get away with a bit of a darker brow. So I just did some normal, pretty dark, pretty bold eyebrows. I actually did an arch today. I recently haven't really been doing an arch. I've just been doing more of a flatter, more straight brow. So just kind of do your brows to whatever your liking or natural shape is. I decided not to carve out the brows because I didn't want this to be, like too perfectly clean cut look. It is kind of grungy and I wanted it to look a little bit smudged, so I skipped that step. I used that same brow cream to use as a base for my eyeshadow. So I just kind of grabbed some and then just smudged it really messily over the lid area, and I also brought it a little bit up into the crease. I did not put any of this on my lower lashes though. You could if you want. And then I grabbed this color called Dark Brew by MAC. It's kind of like a maroony, reddy kind of color. And I just used that on the lid, kind of packed it on there. And then I used the color Soft Brown by MAC in the crease with a fluffy brush, and also carried that down onto the lower lashes. These, eyeshadow colors and techniques are inspired by the 90s, like I've been saying. So you don't want your eyeshadow to look super perfect and blended. You kind of want to get it a little bit rough. Don't like blend your heart out. You kind of want some smudgy lines. And so to get that look even more, I grabbed a dark shadow called Dance in the Dark by MAC, and then just use that to kind of softly line my eyes. It almost kind of looks like you've slept in some like pencil liner, and it's like really soft and smudged now. And then now I'm actually going to take a pencil liner, and I just put this on my waterline and tight line just to kind of make it that much more smoky and kind of slept in. Find your clumpiest mascara and put lots of coats on your lashes. The clumpier it looks, the more accurate that this will be. So, just kind of clump on that mascara. We are going to apply some false lashes. So if you're not going to do the false lashes, then you might want to clump it up a little bit extra than I'm doing here. Or don't clump it up as much if you're going to put on some more dramatic lashes. And I tried to film the lashes part, but I ended up just saying screw it because I couldn't get in the shot. We've finally finished the eyes. Now we're going to go into some contouring. It doesn't have to be super dramatic. Obviously in the 90s they didn't actually contour, or at least as much as I'm doing here. So I kind of put my own little spin to it, a little bit more of a modern twist. But, if you don't want to do this part, then you don't have to. I just use an e.l.f. contouring brush and the Wet n Wild contour kit, and I kind of make really blunt, sharp lines on my cheekbones and nose, and then blend it out later. I grabbed the bronzer from NYC in the color Sunny,
and I just really worked that bronzer into that contour so that it wouldn't be such an obvious line. And I did that with both cheeks. I also did the same thing with my nose and a tinier brush. I just did not film that part.